hours to climb. Sean setting fuel, Amir's checking tires. I'm just here trying to tame the fire. Not real cars, tell that to my hands. Shaking like I'm on the grid at Le Mans. Breathe in, one blink, countdown's on. Been training all week, now the doubt is gone. Sean's on stints, 1 and 3's ice cold mind. Amir's taking night shift, third eye blind. I'm just watching the split, my heart in the loop. This ain't just pixels, this is my truth. Pits map tight, strat set clean, but you can't script chaos in a 24 dream.
No break to the soul, no pause when it hurts. You either die at the wheel or you live in the dirt. Don't close your eyes, the storm has begun. Hold on tight, here comes the ride.
This is the moment, this is the fight. One shot, one chance, one endless night. Sean on the left and Amir on the line. We bleed through the ring just to cross that sign. No fear, no breaks, no giving in. We were born to burn, we were built to win.
So light it up and trust the climb. We're chasing glory, one lap at a time.
Green flag drops, we launch like rage. Lunging in tight on turn 3 stage. Traffic in chaos, brake light rain. Half a second wide and you kiss the pain. But Sean's like steel cold calculated. Slips through gaps like time's been faded. Amir calls fuel, voice clear in the dark while I'm battling thoughts in a high speed roll. My wrist cramps, I clench, shoulders gone stiff, but I ain't quitting now. Nah, I live for this shift. This is the pressure, this is the grind.
One shot, one road, one chance. Yo, this wheel's my weapon, this chair's my stage. Sean's at the wheel and Amir's uncaged. We don't sleep, we reload, refocus. Every last truth, every corner's opus. Pit crew blood, adrenaline drip. Reset my soul with every grip. Don't need fame, don't want fake cheers. I race through fire, I face my fears.
Don't you break when the silence grows. Don't you blink when the red light goes. You better lose yourself in the light of the zone. One chance to rise, one life to own. The ring, the rush, the world you know. You only get one shot, so bring it home, bring it home.
Can't pause this pain, can't mute my name. I don't play for fun, I race through flame. Disconnected, now I'm mind dialed in. While they scroll feeds, I go for the win. This ain't fake, this ain't pretend. It's me plus my brothers, laugh to the end. Got fuel in my blood, I burn through doubt. And if I crash, I'll crawl it out.
Don't let go, let the engine cry. Even ghosts can learn to fly. You better lose yourself in the moment alone. Every lap you run carves you in stone. One crew, one fight.
Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to the show. We are here for the Pit Stop, the only live sim racing news channel that I know of in all of sim racing. I like that disclaimer. I just use the word that I know of to differentiate us from all of the other potential ones out there. How are you all on this glorious Friday? It's great to be back. We weren't here last week, or I wasn't here. Neither of us were here last week. Because, well, we were both on vacations of sorts. I went down to Santa Cruz to do some work on the Z, to do some work on my motorcycle, to hang out with my buddy Jim, to do a nice, beautiful ride down there and back on my motorcycle as well. Amir, he is stateside, doing a little family business, but get this, Amir never stops. Amir is here in the States on vacation, and he's still doing business. He just locked down another deal for the Simpit. You'll hear Tom Jones!
Wow,
Tom Jones!
that's
Thank you very
nice.
much. Everybody, everyone show some appreciation and love for Tom. Max is giving you a yak. I don't know if you can hear that, but that must be for you there, Tom. I'll clean it up if there's anything. He doesn't usually yak onto he just makes the noise. Everyone show some appreciation. Tom does that almost every single time we do a pit stop, and it adds up. So Tom, thank you very much. Good morning, Dirge. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, so how are you all out there? Have you had fun this week in sim racing? What's going on in your lives? What's going on in sim racing that we need to talk about? What kind of things do we need to be you're thanking for the yak? But, yeah. So anyway, it is good to be back. We are still at the standing desk. And at this point, honestly, I've actually improved the standing desk. We do have our stream deck here, so I'm going to start bringing some more elements into the show. Our lighting's a little better. I can probably optimize it, but I probably need to make something. This is like as good as I can do for like temporary. I have my better camera. Can you guys tell that this is not a Logitech? We are now on a decent camera. Can you tell? Hello? Hello? We're on a good camera. We're on a good mic. We got a good vibe. We got the Sean Recky Cole shirt on. Everything's going really good. I am going to keep the show a little short, though, because I am very, very, very busy guy behind the scenes. So we are going to have to stay on pace. We're going to have to avoid those rabbit holes, and we're going to have to get off the air so that I can get back to work. But I'll tell you exactly what I am working on. He's your favorite rookie. You have Andrew's still working on the rig, but tomorrow could be D-Day for you. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. So, okay, so let's start off with some Simpit business. As we mentioned, both of us were off this week on vacation. Mine a little shorter than Amir's. And with that, this week I got back on pace. So this week for me, it was all about this PXN VD10 wheelbase and wheel rim. I'm just going to pull this up on mute. I did an unboxing video where we kind of just checked out all of the pieces. There we go. Commercials. I hope I get paid for that. Here, I'll take a sip of coffee while we wait. So what's up with you guys? What's going on? What's taking over your lives? I can skip the ad now. All right. So yeah, we did an unboxing. So, you guys, that is a 10, get this, that is a 10 Newton meter direct drive wheelbase for $369. I mean, say what you will, PXN. Granted, someone even in the comments was like, well, that's a lot better than my old suction cup wheel. Yeah, like Turtle Beach. PXN was sort of like the cheap China gear-driven wheels that were very, very inexpensive. Tony Morano, how you doing, buddy? And now they've stepped up. Laying in the sun at the beach. I think it's just the lighting. I think I don't know. How is my lighting? Are we cool? Or would this work for future shows like of this? Like if I stay with this for the pit stop, Or even editorials. Could this be my new editorial position? Do I need to get on and just do opinion pieces right from here like this? I've been busy sunbathing. No, it has been really hot here. Tom Jones. That is a great question. Tom Jones says, is the PXN DD worth replacing his 2.5 with? All right. It's pretty dim. I have... Well, I could try to crank up the lights a little bit. Where is my proper light? Oh. Oh shit, I think that's the wrong setting. Dang it. Is that better? Is that too much? Is that too much? Okay, so here is where we're at with the PXN on that question that Tom asked. Do you replace a Fanatic 2.5? Do you replace a Thrustmaster TGT or any of the T-Series bases? Not yet. Not yet. And I think that'll be well covered. Part of it is covered if you read between the lines. So I also did a video just a day ago where it was live testing. This was out of the box, hadn't done a thing. And we just threw it on the rig, no settings, just default settings, fired up the Mazda MX-5, and just saw what it could do. Then we changed cars and saw what it could do. And then we changed sims. We ran some WRC. We did some Le Mans Ultimate. And here's where I'm at. I don't want to let the... So the video I'm working on and why I need to get off the air is the full review, which will be coming out today, 100% guaranteed. I think their hardware is there, but their software is not. Which, if you think back in time, that's where Fanatic was once. That's where Moza was once. I think that V10 base is a decent base. I'm a little less impressed with that particular wheel rim, but it's only $199. And I haven't tried, I believe it's the CS that they call it. That is, I think, $279. I'm going by memory here. I think $279. I want to try that wheel rim out because I was not impressed with this one. I mean, $199. What do you expect? And on its own, I wouldn't go running out to buy that one for even $199. But when matched with a $369 base for a $499 combo, I'm pretty optimistic. But I would not buy it until, you know what? It's like, I'm just waiting. As soon as I hear a reviewer or someone who uses it saying, hey, they just did a massive software update and it changed the way it handles, that is when I would probably start recommending it. Right now, I'm just like, hey, I'm super optimistic. Super duper optimistic. But I need to see a little more from them on the software side. And I mean, and it could be as simple as just getting some experts to give them some tuning. That would be a good starting point. But I think there's still some optimization that they need to be doing. So that's just the truth of it. That's how I felt, Joa. I really did. Like in the combo, the base was carrying the wheel. For sure. Excuse me. Speaking of the review, I'm very self-conscious about this review. And I don't know, maybe some of you are not going to like it. I don't have a lot of news. There's not a lot of news today. I do have to keep the short show brief. But let me give you a little insight. Tom Jones! Oh, hey, come on.
Wow, it's very nice.
Tom, thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. Here's where I am with my show. I started doing this with Sim Racing Tonight, which transitioned into Inside Sim Racing, which then turned into the Simpit. And maybe it's something mathematical about my mindset, but like, you can't use a wheel until you've taken it out of the box, read the instructions, mounted on your rig, downloaded the software, dialed in the software, mapped your controls, and now we're driving. And for some reason, my brain for 20 years has said, this is the point A to B, or the 1, 2, 3 process that makes sense. And my brain breaks if I don't do it in that order. I'll miss a beat, I'll miss a fact, I'll miss a detail. And I've been so detail orientated for so long doing this that I have this encyclopedia write the story pattern to every review I do. I have no problem with it, but they end up being extremely long-winded, and it also means that we're spending like 12 minutes before we're even getting to the meat and potatoes, 12 minutes before we're even getting to the action. And then now as a YouTube consumer, when I'm watching motorcycle review videos or other hobby and interests that I have, here in 2025, 99% of them are action forward. And they even skip so many of the details and so many of the facts that I think are essential. And this has been a personal struggle for me for many years, because I've been aware of this for over 5 years, or at least 5 years. But A, I struggle to change my way. And B, I still resist the concept, I think, because it's about education. But it's also about expanding an audience, getting enough views for this to be my job. And if we can't get enough views, I don't ask for much. If we don't get enough views, then we don't get paid enough to make this the job. So my goal is to do both, right? I want to have our awesome community. I want to maintain every bit of the way I've done things, but can we modernize? And I'm an old dog trying to learn new tricks. So, this review of the PXN, because I figure most of you are on a direct drive wheelbase already, so for a lot of our audience it might not even apply. But if it's to the new audience, this is a great beginner wheel. This is a great first wheel. Can I take more of a... Now, if you guys know the show Silicon Valley, they were about middle out. Anyway, my whole concept is, well, what if we could go middle forward? Can Sean Cole bring the action forward and then integrate the facts and layer them in to the point that we get to the good, the not so good, and the bottom line? Anyway, that is what I tried. Video came out at about 12 minutes. It's going to be out today. I am really self-conscious about it. And I would love your thoughts and opinions. In the comments is great. Personal messages on Discord are even better. !Discord gets you a link into our Discord group. You can always hit me up directly. Just send me a message and say, hey, I like that new style, but... Or, hey, I really didn't like that new style. Just do what you do. I'm listening. I'm always listening. So anyway. All right, so that's what's going on at the Simpit, and we will have one more. That's what I was thinking, Tom. That was my target time, and I came in at it. But at the end, as I'm editing, I'm in final strokes of editing, I'm like, yeah, but you didn't mention this. You didn't talk about that. You didn't include this. And where did you, was I repetitive, or did I just leave stuff out? I'm super self-conscious about it. More so than any other video, but I figured this was the one to do it on. But it might be, because it might be a glimpse to the future of what I'm trying to do, and any help you guys have, because I'm not an editor. Funny enough, I've been doing this 20 years. I'm not an editor by trade. I was never taught how to edit or how to have style or what it should look like. I just do it, and you see what we get. I'm reviewing my review. Absolutely. Oh, Tom, feel free, buddy. Caitlin, I hope I can maintain that. That's where part of that self-consciousness comes from. All right. Not a lot out of the iRacing camp this week, but they did give their drivers a first look at NASCAR 25, the game. They liked what they saw. Let's check it out. Oop.
So we've been in Charlotte all week long. It's incredible. The whole industry has really been super supportive for NASCAR 25, and we've had 8 or 9 drivers trying the game, and you know, to us, it's just another step in the process of making a great game, right? You want to get their feedback, you want to implement some of the things that they give you pointers on. So enjoy.
Scott Wennerstrom, you just made my day. Thank you for noticing. No, so, excuse me. I have been hating my Logitech cameras as far as streaming goes. And almost a year ago, almost a year ago, over a year ago. Wow, it's been forever. I bought a new camera, our 4K camera that we use. And I put away our old 1080 camera. And it's just been sitting up in the rafters. And I was going through that closet and I saw that bag and I'm like, is that camera still in there? And so I pulled out the G40 and I was like, well, what would it take to get this like as a streaming camera? And I was like, all right, we'll get it continuous power, which my continuous power is like the wires are showing. I really need to buy a new one. And I had a capture card, and so I plugged it in and got it up and running. So yeah, we are on a way better camera, and you again, you made my day just by noticing. It's so awesome. Thank you. So anyway, back to the NASCAR, the game.
These guys playing the game and just kind of what we went through this week. It's really exciting.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. We just got done playing NASCAR 25. I would say it's probably the most realistic Xbox PS5 game.
Hey Chris, how you doing?
Playing all the old games through my childhood.
Thank you.
To be
Thank
able
you,
to
Tim.
Get on again, and looking forward to when it comes out.
I mean, the physics. I used to play a lot of games and NASCAR games, and the physics on this game.
I'm sure it was at one time, Tom. I
are really
like
good.
literally, I'm 100%.
I was blown away by
Facts.
how realistic the game was, and just going through the couple tracks that I ran, like seeing how true the repave was at Iowa, and the new asphalt lines up with what we have in real
Nothing
life.
says
The grip
driving
levels
like this
were accurate.
hand position.
It's really cool, like see myself in a video game. That means a lot for me, because like I never imagined like saw me in a video game. And
I am so out of
like,
touch with the
first time when I
NASCAR
jumped in
side
the
of things that
car,
I only know like
same
one of
feeling.
every 2
First
drivers
time
they're
seeing
bringing
myself
forward.
I mean, you dream about those moments, right? I mean, growing up and playing video games, like I said, 2K or anybody, and playing as LeBron James or doing something, right? You want to take your my player to the top of it, and you have the overall, the 99 overall. You know?
We're
And I'm gonna do that
NASCAR.
myself. I'm gonna be on that game 24/7.
Eloy
For the first
Falcon.
time ever, there's a whole new level of authenticity to the NASCAR game with the actual track stands
Anthony
and
Alfredo.
the physics, which is going to bring fans closer to the
You
sport.
should open a
Definitely
restaurante.
tell that iRacing had a significant impact on this game from
I've been there.
the driving characteristics.
Okay, that's enough of that. And that's all we had from iRacing this week. No leads on the new Fanatic firmware. Had an update full first, and it made a huge difference. I need to reach out to them again, Scott. I got the Club Sport rig thinking that would sort of like get things going, but like apparently I need to really pester them. It wasn't like, oh well, we'll put you on our list. So we're gonna, I guess, yeah. Thank you. I'll try to reach out to them. Been wanting to do that. All right, on Assetto Corsa Competizione, there are a couple of things going on right now. Number one is, well, On Assetto Corsa Competizione, we have the 1.9.14.1 hotfix. It's out now on consoles, updated addresses, force feedback issues. Love hearing that. And game crashes when loading or saving setups for affected users only. We'll keep monitoring for any further reports. Also on the camera, for those noticing, we did a test where Amir and I were doing a combo. Oh, it's a promo video that he was trying to get done before he left town, but it didn't happen. But we filmed it already. So I already used this camera when I came in to do the pit stop today. I was like, wait, how come my camera's not working? Well, I ended up mounting it in a permanent spot now. So it's actually in a really good spot for the show. It allows me to look at the news. It allows me to look at the chat. And allows me to look at the camera. And instead of like you just looking at my profile the whole show long, which is what would have happened, by the way. Or since we started doing this, because even I had the Logitech over there. Wow, I'm taking all sorts of rabbit holes, aren't we? Force feedback, game crashes when loading or saving setups for affected users only. We'll keep monitoring for any further reports. So that's cool. And then in addition to that, okay, this. Assetto Corsa, regarding Assetto Corsa Evo. Evo. We're fully aware you are waiting for the third early access release of Assetto Corsa Evo. In the last few weeks, we've encountered some challenges that led us to invest more time in making sure the update is truly roadworthy. Apologies for the delay, and thank you for the continued support and excitement for the game. We really appreciate it. So, anyway, long story short, there are some delays on the third installment of Evo. Sean, Reki, Rabbit Hole Cole. Rabbit Hole Reki Cole. The Club Sport cockpits are on back order. Oh, that's unfortunate. I liked that cockpit, and I've seen some other reviewers that like had trouble putting theirs together and didn't necessarily like it. I liked it. It was super duper expensive and really large, but I really did like that cockpit quite a bit. GT5 had some NASCAR cars around there, pretty good. Raced at Northern Isle on shifter carts at midnight under the lights. It was actually fun. That sounds really fun. Here, Evo is good from Sean Amir. Tom Jones, there you go. You see, that's you wait for the same thing before you think about that V10 wheelbase. Very small, heavily banked fake track. All right. So, all right. Anyway, so Evo is delayed. Le Mans Ultimate had a patch, so one more update squeezed in before the driver swap test. Remember, we've been kind of telling you to get out there and get ready for these driver swap tests they're going to be doing. Part of the new implementation for Le Mans Ultimate. Primary fixes for team races, broadcast overlay, and online gameplay. Full patch notes are there. We don't need to check out the full notes. And 6-hour test happened on the 1st and 2nd, so I don't know how things went. Trax and GG winning the first public driver swap test. Those last 5 laps were in test. I didn't get to see it. Oh, price increase coming, you guys. So this is your last chance to pick up the base game at the current price before it increases tomorrow. Oh, too little, too late. Sorry. It's already gone up. Sorry. And that's it. That's all I have to say about that. BeamNG with some more physics development sneak peeks. Remember, we saw that one video with them in the Cal span where they were doing all sorts of that tire data research. So they have another installment of that going on.
We're here at CalSpan in Buffalo, New York to gain a deeper understanding of how tires work and the physics behind them.
We're very familiar with doing tire performance benchmark programs, such as what we're doing for BeamNG, so we really want to have a deep understanding of...
Meanwhile, they're there and there's like this room and all they could hear was like screaming and this, I just don't get it. And screaming. They're like, what's that? And they're like, oh, that's Dave Kemmer's room. We had to build him a room here. Shh, don't repeat that joke, you guys. Do not repeat that joke.
Their platform.
We're going to test about 30 different tires and gain a whole bunch of data, which we can use to improve the physics in BeamNG.
It's a very interesting project with BeamNG to work primarily in a digital space, so measuring the tire performance with the intent of immediately going to a simulation-based output.
Tom, I was going to say that. I just left it
alone.
alone.
Testing regimen because any one tire doesn't give you a very good picture of the entire range of tire behavior.
Greed is good.
We set up a huge amount of sensors on the test rig, having temperature sensors inside the tire.
This is the group behind BeamNG, by the way. We're not talking about Le Mans Ultimate. We're not talking about iRacing. We're not talking about any of the big names in racing sims. This is BeamNG. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, you guys. Alright, and then they got this. Here's what I think that is. You guys tell me what this is. Teaser Tuesday. I think that's a 360-degree rotating barrel that you could drive a car in without going anywhere. But I could be totally wrong. But that's what I see. That looks like the world's biggest direct drive motor. That's what it is. They're developing a steering wheel. Oh, Tim, you should. BeamNG is a hoot. BeamNG is inexpensive, and if you just bought it and did their little single-player career mode, you'll get your money's worth out of that alone. Guaranteed. I highly recommend BeamNG. How much is BeamNG right now? Where's our Steam? Steam. Store. Beam. $24.99. $24.99. Overwhelmingly positive 308,000 times. Highly recommend Beam. Alright, let's see. What else? What else to talk about? Rita Automobilista 2 version 1.6.6 is live. This update brings many single and multiplayer improvements, as well as introducing Aston Martin with several cars in a new Endurance Pack DLC. We're talking like the Valkyrie. Also featuring a fully updated and incredibly detailed new version of the Green Hell Nürburgring 2025. There's a full write-up at Steam on this one as well. We're talking about some general fixes, some physics fixes, AI fixes, audio tracks, vehicles, the Alpine A110, fix the pit limiter, some of the Aston Martin updates, the Liger, got up, or Ligier, I know I've been corrected on that, never fixed it, and so on. Alright, let's see here. Thank you, Tom. Tom was on it. Alright. Andrus. You know, Andrus, that's a great question. Amir is on vacation. He returns home tomorrow, but not in time for today's show. No, Andrus makes a great point. He thought everybody hated early access, which we've all been guilty of making that accusation of hating early access. BeamNG is currently on 0.36, and I'm not sure if that's fact, but relevant point. And yet we accept it. And is there a difference? So here's what I propose, Andrus, and feel free to jump on me for being wrong. But here's I really resent when, like, Call of Duty A company, a game that probably has a, $500 million budget, and a staff of, a ridiculous amount of people. I think in those moments that I am more resentful, more hesitant to buy into early access. In the case of a small developer, where it might be the only way that they can even maintain the financial stream it requires to develop to the point of completion, I find it more acceptable. It almost takes me back to crowdfunding, type mentality, which maybe is something that companies need to go back to. Maybe that early access from a small developer needs to be more of a crowdfunding experience. Maybe you get your name in the credits as a legacy member. Maybe you get your name, certain tiers gets your name on a car in the game, in the final release. I don't know. But that is a great question, because I think that is a hypocrisy that I am certainly guilty of. For sure. For sure. Tom, I'm not going to say that out loud, but that's great. Becoming easier to submit. Yeah, but again, I think, is that a fair, and where do you draw the line? Le Mans Ultimate. Well, we're talking about the legacy of ISI, Image Space Incorporated, i.e. R-Factor, R-Factor 2, the millions of spin-offs that went off from that, into the Studio 395, into the motorsport games. Do we call them... Now, realistically, the staff on hand, they sure are a small developer now. But is that their legacy? And then where do you draw the line? BeamNG. Well, hey, maybe it started out micro small, but they've been very successful. Have they not expanded? And at what point of their expansion do we now say, hey, well, they're no longer just an indie developer. They're just kind of milking early access. Great question, Andres. Did I answer it? Did I cover it? Are we more lost than we began? Yeah, LMU treated it as a crowdfunding for sure, and some others have done the same thing. Wreckfest was awesome. Wreckfest is a great example, too, of when do we draw the line. So, original Wreckfest, I think, was an independent small developer. We accepted certain things, and then they were assumed by a much larger developer, at which point everything changed, by the way, and it became a lesser game. But it also became a little less acceptable to deal with early access mentality. Yeah. Notice Grand Theft Auto isn't doing it. Spinelli, have you tried both the Simucube pedal and the M booster? Not happy with the grainy metallic-y feel of your SC active pedal. Spinelli, we have not done... So, I have the Moza. Amir has the Simucube. And we've compared notes. And I think that... I don't think either one of us was enough impressed with ours over the other to declare victory, right? But again, I had to tell him what I thought about it and felt. He had to tell me what he thought and felt. And I think our experiences were pretty similar. And that, therefore, the Moza by money alone was easier to justify. And as much as I love it, and it is the pedal that is on my rig right now, I don't know that I justify the money just yet. We were talking about this with the V10 wheelbase from PXN and optimization. Sometimes it's more than just optimization. Sometimes it's also integration. Sometimes it's the games acknowledging a new piece of hardware that can be utilized better. And if the games aren't doing their part, and this is a little bit the VR story as well. VR would be so much better if the games had put just a little bit more effort into the VR industry. But right now, the game companies put almost no efforts. New games are coming out without even having VR support. And it prevents VR from getting better, which is, to me, one of the biggest shames in the gaming industry. Because I think VR is out of this world awesome, but we're just not getting the support. Well, and Joa, I think going back to a crowdfunding, I personally might feel better with crowdfunding over early access. Like, at least give me a 1/1000th of a share of ownership or some kind of acknowledgement for my investing in the outcome of this game. Now, I can always bring up examples. What was that wheel? Oh, man. I need to get some stickers. Because right now, I need to be like, the first one that can name me that wheel gets a sticker. That red wheel, the ultimate vaporware, the pull the rug out from underneath you. What was the name? What was it? Bueller. Come on, I can't remember it. Don't make me look it up. Someone's got to get it. Maybe I'll even get stickers. I need to get some stickers. Feel VR! Caitlin gets a sticker. Real VR. No, it was Feel VR. It was Feel VR. The wheel that caught fire. Yes. Yes. Check out the Logitech RS Rim add-on wheels from Max Pappas Innovations. They are great. Oh, that sounds cool. I don't have a Logitech Rim here to do it with, though. Caitlin, if you send me a message on Discord, I don't have any stickers. I have to, but if you help me remember, you get a sticker. I want to have stickers here for that moment, but Feel VR. Yeah, so that's the downside of going to a crowdfunding, is that now people feel like they deserve something. With early access, do you deserve more? That's the other back end, the question. If you've paid for early access and the game company goes bankrupt and the game never comes to fruition, were you betrayed? Were you ripped off? If you crowdfunded something and the company went bankrupt and they never came to fruition, were you ripped off or did you lose something? I'm a big fan. I have an MPI wheel right here. Oh, no, it's this one. Don't knock over the light. Don't knock over the light. One of my favorite wheels of all time. All right. Gran Turismo. Did you know that GT7 has over 530 cars? You can find pictures, explanations, and specs. I haven't opened this up. Nah. Oh my G. You invested in Project Cars and made money on it. Remember that deal, Sean? I do remember that. Did you really make money? I didn't know anyone made money on it. They sent out some that led to lawsuits. Anyway, yeah, so here is... Alright, here, we'll pick up this one. Oh. The 2020 Mercedes AMG GT Black Series. This ultimate version of the AMG GT is laden with Formula One technology. It represents one of the ultimate evolutions derived from the AMG GT lineage since its debut in 2014. Anyway, okay, yeah, so they've got that. It's not as cool as Vista. Look at this. This looks like a... Yeah, it's an S2, a Muse, so this is a tuner. I would like to own that car. Hey, can someone buy me one of those? I would really like to have that right there. That's badass. Alright, alright. Circus. Alright, what else? What else we got? Forza! Dear Forza community, we know many of you have questions about what's next for the Forza franchise, and we appreciate the support of our incredible community. We want to assure players that Turn 10 and Playground Games will continue to support Forza Motorsport and Forza Horizon 5. To start, here's more info about what's coming up next for Forza Motorsport. So anyway, it's a long read, and they talk about community events and things they're going to have coming up and doing to carry the torch for the existing game title. And yeah, so now, did they ever get to... I meant to keep scrolling and I got tired. So new rewards and challenges and but yeah, they never really get on to like the future. This is just like what is going on. Well, that's kind of what they're saying is, wait, don't call us dead just yet, Tom. That's what this post was. Don't call it dead just yet. All right, Euro Truck Simulator Iceland. Is that music? That sounds music. Yeah, all right. No music for you. Sorry. Nope, that game is going to come and go without proper force feedback, Tom. And it is going to put it permanently on my shelf for, like, the next one will come out and I won't care. From the ground up. They could do it from the ground up and I still wouldn't care. Ooh, so my battery is not charging as fast as it's sucking juice. I'm watching the number on that battery. When that battery goes dead, I bet we lose our camera, by the way. So I need to get a permo... Whoa. I need to get a better permanent power pack for it. Alright. Yeah, screw the ground up. Just give us a good game. Just go back to the one that worked and make it newer and better and cooler. All right, what else? What else? Husingveld. They are going to be at Sim Gaming Expo, booth 201. Cube controls. I've told you this, and the reason I'm posting these or telling you isn't so much because we haven't told you about these exhibitors already being there. It's more that the enthusiasm for the event is building up. We are inside of a month until the event. So it's just, 3.5 weeks away, counting the days now. And so, yeah, you can see companies are starting to post, hey, come check us out. All right, let's see here. This is kind of cool. Track Racer. And another one. New video out now. Link below. Just like a real race car seat. Ready? Are you all ready for this? Dun 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 dun.
Seat, but it does feel more realistic.
Wait.
Like a real race car seat. It's a bucket seat, but it does feel more realistic.
Designed this seat to be a bit different. It looks very modern. The different color also is something I can very much appreciate.
Alright, they have music. I'm going to turn them off. Thank you, Amir. So yeah, look at this new interesting seat. What do you guys think? What do you think? I like it a lot better, they say. Okay, there you go. All right, almost to the end of the show. Like I said, that's good. I got to get back to that review. I got to give credit where credit is due, but Overtake GG, two things. Number one, the only way that we got that PXN wheel feeling remotely comfortable for the review was because the only preset worth a damn that came with the software for that wheel was the one profile that Overtake made for Le Mans Ultimate. And we learned that in that live testing video. I used... Well, and the whole time I was testing, I'm like, I got to add a lot of friction. I got to add a lot of damper. It wasn't a mystery what the wheel needed to be more tolerable. Anyway, I used theirs, and they went even way more aggressive than I would have done. And they made it so it was almost a muted wheel, but it made it totally drivable. And then it's like, okay, now I have a direct drive wheel. I just want more effects out of it. And anyway, but I got to give them credit because they made a very untamed horse rideable. You know, they saddled it, and you could hand it off to someone else to ride. No, Hinch, we had to bow out. So Amir and I are actually going to be on stage doing a presentation during that particular event. Which means, wait, then who's going to come watch us present? Wait, I don't like that now that I think about it, now that I've processed it. So yeah, we just bowed out so people who can attend will have that spot instead of us, which makes sense. So anyway, that was my giving credit where credit is due to Overtake. And then in addition to that, these guys have the pulse of what's going on with Project Motor Racing. So publisher Giant Software will have Straight 4 Studios Project Motor Racing available to play at Gamescom 2025 with the 2002 Le Mans winning Audi R8 on display at its booth. So that'll be a place to check it out. I remember this car. I used to have a die-cast of that car. This was like... Did anyone else even win a single race when this car came out? I don't think any other car won a single race for like 2 years straight or something. So yeah. Quite a few reviews of the new seat on YouTube. That one from Track Racer, which is weird because I've been talking to Track Racer. Joa, you're fired. All right. So anyway, that's our news about that Project Motor Racing. September 29th, is that our date? Give me one moment. Oh, Callum, I missed that message. And I will try to bring that up next week. I don't have time to do that right now. So yeah, we are running the WRC. So next season, the Simpit Rally League. And I'm calling out all rally drivers. calling out all rally drivers. Come take on Sean Recky Cole. You think you can beat me at rally? Well, most people do, so that wouldn't be that big of an accomplishment. Anyway, the Simpit Rally, we're going to be running the WRC cars this coming season, and it is going to start up on the 29th of this month. So, number one, get into our Discord. ! Discord in the chat will get you a link to our Discord. It's also in the description of the show. And get in, check out the Simpit Rally. Now, that's under RaceNet. You go to RaceNet for EA Sports WRC. You go to clubs. You look up the Simpit. And join our league, get into our Discord, and come out for what should be a really, really fun season in the WRC cars. So we got that coming up. In addition to that, I want to give a big thank you. I was actually very touched. No, you guys don't like that word. Oh, camera's running out of juice. We got to wrap it up. Excuse me. I was a little honored. Andrew White, one of our community members, you guys know Andrew. He went and had custom racing jerseys made for himself. And if you guys know him and you've raced against him, this blue, white, gray, silver splat color scheme is what a lot of his cars look like. And he put Simpit logos, MPI, Ricmotech, on his jerseys and had them made. You can see a cap in the back as well. And I got to just say, Andrew, buddy, I am so honored that you would not only put our name or decal on your cars that you'd online race with, but to actually put it on a jersey and something that you'd wear and potentially wear in public. I got to say, I'm touched, I'm honored, and thank you. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate that. And great looking jersey. I think you did a great job. So, all right. Oh, where's my chat? I covered it up. Sorry. Where are we? That's going to be the start date, Tim, so you would have a week to get your time in for that. Andres, come take my candy. Want some candy? Come rally against me. It's easy taken. All right. Steve, thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right. Let's see. Oh, Diamond Dog, another community member. So we have a post your rig section on our Discord as well. And if you want your rig seen on the pit stop, I go there and I check it out every week before I do the show. Sometimes we see full rigs, sometimes we see builds, sometimes we see some new gear. If I like it, sometimes even the new gear will get me in. Bavarian SimTech is a company I've always been intrigued by. So Diamond Dog just recently got this wheel, which is a really interesting design. Definitely a unique look compared to others. I've never tested one. And look at that. All lit up. That's pretty... Look at it, the change. Look at the transformation. What a difference. We guys clown RGB. I know it's funny. But look at the difference. That's awesome. Nice looking wheel. Nice looking button box too, I'm going to say. So, I think I reached the end of my news, you guys. I think that's it. What are we going to do? Are we going to just bring the show to a close? I kind of need to, actually. I need to get back to the review here. I'll show you one more thing. Let me pull up one more thing. So behind the scenes, I am working on the review of the PXN VD10 with the RS2 wheel rim, we'll call it. And that's in the works, and it will be coming out today, no matter what. Even if I have to stay up all night. I've been up since like... I shouldn't even say out loud. I've been up since a very early time. In our members chat, our patron members team, we have a special thread on our Discord for patron members. And I've been posting some private things. We've been doing some private unboxings, stuff that isn't going out to the public. And you guys aren't missing out on anything big because it's stuff that all comes out eventually. But I am checking out this rig here. Copy link. And Tom Jones, your thoughts were very on point, by the way. So yeah, this is the AZ Racing rig, which is very interesting. It's not expensive, but does it look expensive? I have all their accessories. Even with all their accessories, it's like, okay, if you were to start clicking all these things on any other rig, you'd be well over $1,000 by the time you got a seat add-on, a shifter mount, a keyboard. You're already at $1,000. We're still adding things. Keyboard, a computer tray. Anyway, but where did they cut the corners to keep the price so low? That is the question. That's what we're really going to be looking into. So I got that rig right there next to me, and I'm going to be looking into that this week. Also, I want to get back out on track. It's been a while since I've been doing some racing. I'm starting to feel pretty good, pretty pumped up for getting back on the racing scene. So I might have to start off small. I was thinking maybe of doing some Mazda racing over the weekend. You guys will probably clown me. I was also thinking maybe getting out there in like the NASCAR trucks or the Xfinity car and running some Watkins Glen. Anyway, that's one of my goals this weekend, is to get out there and do some actual driving for fun, just for my own enjoyment. And that's as soon as I get over this review. We'll have 3 videos out this week by me, and I am exhausted. I'm done. I need to take a breather. I need to do some racing and clear my head. Then we need to get back to the reviewing game. So I only have a few minutes left on the camera, which the timing is perfect. The hairdresser, the MacGyver League. I'm in the MacGyver League. So if you guys have better suggestions, hit me up on Discord. Anyway, that's going to do it. Before the camera does run out and I can't say goodbye in the proper way, I want to thank you. Thank you all for acknowledging and seeing the better camera. I'm pretty happy. I'm actually liking the standing desk. I think it does well for me versus sitting. And so I think we're going to keep this going. We're going to rock this style a little longer. Thank you for hanging out with me on this glorious Friday. Get out there, do some sim racing. Have yourselves a great weekend, and I will see you for the next one. This is the Simpit. I'm Sean Cole, and I'll see you on the track.